Senator Blumenthal, at your pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chairman. And again, my thanks for having two of our witnesses from Connecticut, Dr. Begg and Neil Heslin. I don't know, Madam Chairman, whether you want to administer the oath or...
I will. I was, in the interest of time, I was going to...
I'd be happy to introduce them before if you'd like, but I've...
All right. If the witnesses would stand and raise your right hand, please. Do you affirm that the testimony you are about to give before the committee will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Please be seated. Dr. Begg, and then I'll introduce the remaining four witnesses.
Chairman Feinstein, Senator Grassley, Senator Blumenthal, and members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to speak and testify. My name is Bill Begg. I'm a board-certified emergency room doctor, and I trained at the Johns Hopkins Hospital. What's my inspiration for coming today? Well, I'm the parent of three Newtown students. I'm a grammar school track coach in Newtown. I'm with a couple grassroots organizations, including the United Physicians in Newtown and the Newtown Action Alliance. Our group of physicians is over 100 doctors from Newtown that all are on the same platform. Some are Republican, some are Democrat, but we all have the same platform about limiting assault rifles and gun violence. I'm the EMS medical director for Newtown that was in direct contact with all my providers in the field that day. I'm a friend of some of the families that lost loved ones. And I was an ER doctor that was on shift on December 14th. So what's my goal? What's my goal in the next 5 minutes? My goal is to somehow convince you senators that banning assault rifles and real gun control measures that you will hopefully enact will make a difference. Okay? Research since 1996 has been severely limited. I had to go overseas to look at some real data, some empirical data, to see what the real answers are. In Dunblane, Scotland, in 1996, a 43-year-old shooter got off 109 rounds. He killed 16 little children and their teacher, and he injured another 27 kids and 4 more teachers. In Australia, in the same year, a 28-year-old with an AR-15 assault rifle killed 35 people, and he injured an assault rifle compared to a regular gun is horrific. And many of those folks don't even show up in my ER because the injuries are so bad. There's nothing salvageable. They don't even make it to my ER. At the end, I have a video to show you. What did those legislators do across the world? In Australia and the United Kingdom, they enacted real gun legislation. They banned assault weapons. Did the legislation work right away? No, actually it didn't work right away. It didn't, but where do they stand today in 2010? As far as mass murders go, in the U.S., we've had over 20 mass murders. In the United Kingdom, 1. In Australia, 0. Before 1996 in Australia, there were over a dozen mass murders in the previous 20 years. And as far as gun deaths and empiric data, we've had over 30,000 deaths each year in our country. In Australia and the United Kingdom, as of 2010, with their gun legislation and the ban of assault weapons, they have each less than 300 deaths a year. That's 1%. Gun legislation and banning assault rifles, it takes a while to come to fruition, but it works. If you actually own a gun in your home because you think it's going to make you safer, let me give you some real stats. There's something called femicide, ladies getting killed. Okay, women are 5 times more likely to be killed by their spouse if there's a gun in the house. That's a real study. I'm sorry for being loud, but this is emotional for me. If you own a gun in the house, you're 5 times as likely to die of suicide. And if you own a gun, you're 20 times as likely to die from unintentional gun death. Countries that ban assault rifles and have gun control measures do lower the chance of gun death for their citizens. In summary, what I'm asking you to consider is a ban on military-style assault weapons, a ban on high-capacity magazines, especially if they have more than 10 bullets, the ban on semi-automatic rifles, require background checks for all gun purchases, and please, can we do some real gun research in this country? In this country. What galls me is those who say, well, let's really focus on mental health, are the same ones who are saying, well, we need to have a conservative approach and balance the budget and cut programs. What are the first programs that are cut? Mental health. So what I'm asking you to do is not even add programs. I'm asking you just not even cut the mental health programs that are out there already.
Dr. Begg, I would like to ask you this question. Did you actually treat Sandy Hook victims?
Yes. I was in the ER that day when the victims came in.
Can you describe the kinds of wounds and the number of bullets in these small bodies?
There's privacy rules and HIPAA and just that prevent me from actually detailing the type of wounds. But most of the victims actually didn't come in, and we have such horrific injuries to little bodies. That's what happens. They don't even make it to the hospital. The coroner from the state of Connecticut, when he did his review, and this is public knowledge, stated that each body had 3 to 11 bullets. Okay. When a child has 3 to 11 bullets in them, and it's an assault type bullet that explodes inside the body, it doesn't go through a straight line. It goes in and then it opens up. That's not a survivable injury. So, with respect to the families who lost loved ones and have them come into the emergency room, and for HIPAA rules, I can't describe the specifics, but hopefully I've at least painted a picture of what went on.
Thank you very much. Did you have something that you wanted to show us at your...
It was a very brief video, about 1 minute, and the point of the video is to highlight the difference between a bullet that goes into a body that's from a 22, and I'm not a ballistics expert, but just like basically a handgun versus an assault weapon, and it just highlights the difference in damage inside of a person's body. So, if we may.
Looks like we have a well-placed hit. Get that out of the way. You can barely see it. There's the point of entry, and it did not exit the block. This is the right side of the block, and it's turned upside down. We just have a very narrow channel where this came in about 4 inches, 3.5 to 4 inches. I did notice it was approximately ½ inch deep and about 1/4 inch wide. I actually lost the track or channel at about the 8-inch mark. Test rifle is the AR-15 Bushmaster Varminter, 24-inch barrel, 1 in 9 twist. Scope is a Leupold Mark III, 4.5 by 14 by 50, currently dialed in at 200 yards. There's the point of impact. Didn't even knock it off the table, not even close. A little bit right of where I wanted that to be, but that's me. That's not the ammo. My test shots just prior to this were on target. As is the case when I'm testing handgun ammo, I cut down right across the top of the block where I thought the wound channel might be and nailed it exactly. The first thing you'll notice, other than that expansion, is that the deepest penetration point, at least from this perspective, did not go more than 5 inches, but there's definitely a story in this area here. One, the bullet started to expand about 3/4 of an inch, and then massive expansion. You see that big track there, in that case going up and down and out to the sides. Bullet fragments all over the place, and some jacket fragments as well. One thing I was hoping to find is that red polymer tip, and there it is right there in the middle. You can see that in that cavern. The other track looks exactly the same. See how that opened up? And that's the real story. Is look at this massive cavity in this area.
So just briefly, the first portion of the video represents like a 22 or a handgun, and so the bullet goes in on a straight line track, whereas the second video attempts to represent what happens with an assault rifle type bullet that goes in and basically explodes inside the body. The point is trying to cause more damage, and in a military setting in war, I guess that's the type of goal you have, but to have this in civilian population is just, I just don't understand it. So that's the point of the video.